Kara with the bag holder, here to make a wonderful zucchini bread. Perfect for those farmer market shoppers. And I'm going to show you how to make it simply using the bag holder. Of course, we don't use bowls. And you can keep it in the bag until you're ready to use it. Or you can go ahead and pour it in the pans, which we're going to do. And you know, whenever I bake, I like to make one and I like to share one. So I've got a disposable pan to share, and of course I've got my pan to bake. This is going to make 2 large loaves. Now, I already have 1 cup of butter. If you don't have butter, then you can use a cup of oil, but I use butter and substitute the oil often. And then we have 2 cups of shredded zucchini. And I've already grated a lot of it. I don't want you to have to waste your time seeing me grate zucchini. And I just put my grater right over the bag holder so I can grate it right inside there. Just be careful when you are grating so that you don't end up with a little tip of your finger, which is quite possible. This is not something that I recommend for the kiddos. However, if you see our plastic knife that we use often, if you were going to slice it or you wanted to cut the ends off, it would be fun to do with the kids. So we've got a cup of butter, we've got 2 cups of shredded zucchini, and then we are going to do eggs. We're going to do 3 eggs. And let me finish this. I'm sorry that I will tell you, let me tell you about my little workspace to save you mess. Occasionally my zucchini like to fly high. So I have this little plastic placemat, very simple. I got it at the dollar store. It's cute and decorative, but it's wonderful because if I make my workspace messy on it, I can just pick it up, put it under the sink, put it in the dishwasher, or if it was really, really gross, I can just dispose of it. So it's just a quick tip you guys can do. When you're working in the kitchen, if you're working with something that might be a little too overwhelming to clean, or you're worried about sanitation of your counters, just have these plastic vinyl placemats and you're good to go. All right, I'm going to set this aside. I've got my zucchini. You guys can see that it's right inside. I'm going to crack my eggs. 3 eggs. Just like this. Simple, simple. This one's taken a long time. I feel like there's a lot of dead space sitting around. I'm not talking enough. I'm not enthused. I'm cleaning up my workspace. This is what I do. We're going to do a cup of pecans. Now you can do walnuts and you can do 2 cups if you want. We're just not, although I tell you often, I am a nutty kind of family, we just don't enjoy eating them. Now I'm going to hang my measuring cup right off to the side. I'm going to save this bag because I'm going to wash and reuse it and do more pecans in it so that I don't have to waste it. Now we are going to do 2 cups of sugar, just like this, and you can tell I'm almost done. So when we're done chatting, I've got another bag of sugar that I'm going to fill this bag up with. That's what I do. I reuse all these. I store everything that has to do with baking inside here. So we've got 2 cups of sugar. Do you see how easy it is? All I'm going to do using the bag holder when I'm done is just put all these bags right back in my pantry, and it takes up minimal space. Now we've got 2 cups of flour. This is a pretty easy recipe to remember. 2, 2, and then we're going to do, everything else is going to be a 1. So we're going to do a teaspoon of pretty much everything else. I love using bags too because 1, it's going to keep it fresh longer, and I can use my hand just like this to make it level. I don't have to get it on the counters. Voila. We are going to do 8 ounces of cream cheese. This is softened cream cheese. So I'm going to do 8 ounces of that. There we go. Yum, yum. I know you guys are starting to drool already. I know you're dying to see the finished product. Let me set this here. Now we've got a teaspoon of everything else. We're going to do a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure it's level. A teaspoon of baking soda. We've got a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I always do a little teaspoon and a splash because I love the flavor of vanilla. I love the smell of it. I love the flavor of it. It's just so comforting. There we go. Now you can do a teaspoon of nutmeg, but I don't really use nutmeg. I am going to use pumpkin spice. And you can do a half if you don't like the flavor, but I'm going to do a teaspoon. I keep it simple. I'm going to shake, shake, shake. This is pumpkin spice because it has all those yummy flavors. And again, I'm doing a teaspoon. You can do a half. Make it to fit your family so that you don't think the cooking is complicated. All right, I think I have everything. All right, that was way too quick, guys and gals. Now I'm going to remove the bag. Doesn't that look tasty? Yum. We are going to seal it up as we often do. Push everything down, seal the bag. We're going to start mixing and mashing. This is how I relieve all of my frustration through the week. You know, baking is so calming, and it makes the house smell so good that I really think that aromas make you comfortable. They bring different calming feelings. I'm not an aromatherapist, but I swear when I smell things, it brings me back to certain times that were good in my life. Unless it was camping, when we got sprayed with a skunk, then that's not so good. But this is not one of those times. So guys, I am going to mix and mash this, and I will see you in just a second when I pour this into as much as we can and as much as we need to. So we're gonna pour it into 2 pans, just like this. Just open it up. Now you could do the snip the tip method, which we show you in a lot of videos, but because I'm pouring it into a large pan, I don't really need to do that, and it's too difficult. So we're just gonna pour this, and I'm going to work from the bottom of the bag to the opening of the bag. I'm actually going to bring this right over here and fill this up some more. I'm going to squeeze it all in. You can see no mess at all. This looks so good, and it really smells yummy. Just squeeze it down so you can get every last drop of the batter into whatever pan you're making. Now what I can do, and I tell you this all the time, is I can wash and reuse this bag, and I'm gonna actually do a video on that. So pop it in the bag holder because I'm gonna rinse that. I'm gonna go pop these in the oven, and we'll see you in a little bit when they're all done.